as a church as a whole, I see that the church as a whole is very hesitant to talk about the controversial topics of our day and age. And this should not be. Um, the people that should be the guiding light to society should be the church. You see, topics like abortion, topics like euthanasia, topics like LGBTQ, moral issues of, let's say, same sex and different sex relationships, whether that's adultery or fornication. We talk about topics of porn. We talk about aliens, even, and UFOs. I mean, all these topics are topics that culture as a life, as a whole, is talking about. We see this on the general news. We see this in politics. We see this on podcasts. We see this in newspapers. These topics are in our general vernacular now, and they're becoming more and more, I don't know what you want to call it, out there. People are talking more about it and more normative. And so, as Christians, a lot of times we want to say, hey, we don't want to get involved because that's controversial. I mean, abortion is controversial, euthanasia is controversial, all these things. And we outsource them to society. We outsource them to the politics of our day. You know, it's a politician's decision, and not really bring it to the church, because the church is what is going to guide the future, because we have the Bible. And also, I think we don't want to talk about these things because we don't want to be looked down on. We want to be, for example, UFOs and aliens. If we talk about that, we look stupid, right? That's how we often perceive ourselves. But here's the thing: a huge percentage of the people in the population are listening to this stuff. They're reading the news articles. They're listening to the politicians talking about it. They're listening to the podcast. These things are being read and discussed in society as a large, and we as Christians should be stepping up to the plate and saying, hey, we need to be talking about these controversial positions, abortion, whatever, you name it. We should not be outsourcing these big issues to a world that has no foundation, and the foundation that it has is weak and flimsy, and the assumptions that they make are at best scientific, at best, most of the time not even scientific. Most of the time it's this very flimsy, somewhat materialistic framework, and somewhat spiritualistic, such as like new age-ish or cultish framework that our society as a whole is using for the framework, which doesn't give them a good foundation on how to explain the world around them. So, as a Christian, and I'm speaking to Christians here on this channel, if you're a Christian, you need to be discussing these issues. You need to be standing up for what is true and right. You need to know about some of these topics. I mean, think about, like I just talked about, UFOs and aliens. But as Christians, we need to be learning about these topics and knowing how we should be thinking about them as Christians. And in this channel, I'll be probably talking more and more about these different topics, obviously, as I've been doing in the past and in the future, because we do need to know what we believe and why, because the world is screaming for answers, and we as Christians have answers. Now, do we know everything? Let's just say, going back to the alien and UFO topic, do we know everything? Of course we don't. There's a lot of things we just don't know, but we have the source, we have the Bible that gives us the guiding light in how to explain these things better than any other view out there. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video. Please subscribe to this channel. Comment down below your thoughts. Again, be respectful and be courteous. And see you later. Have a great day.